Greeting everybody and welcome to the Microsoft Responsible AI training. Thank you so much for joining us. So my name is Robert Selemani, and I am a Microsoft Responsible AI trainer. I am a Zindi ambassador. And this training program is proudly brought to you for free through a partnership between Zindi Africa and Microsoft. So on your screen, these are my details. You can look me up on LinkedIn. My username there is Robert Selemani. You can connect with me there. You can also follow me on Twitter, now X, that's Say Selemani. And may you please also follow the YouTube channel that is at Replitic AI, because we are gonna post the recording of this workshop on that YouTube channel, such that if you got lost along the way and you would want to follow through and be able to catch up, you can do so on that channel. So please make sure that you follow this. Thank you. So we are gonna start with the first workshop, that is train a model and debug it with a responsible AI dashboard. So you can navigate into the slides that I shared. Then you click this link that is a responsible AI website. So kindly go there and click that link. So upon clicking that link, it will take you to the responsible AI dashboard. For those who didn't get those instructions, I'm sending the link in the chat area. So may everyone please follow the link that I just shared now. Thank you so much. So it's gonna take you to to a page. I'm sure you can see the page that is gonna take you. So for now, you're gonna follow through this PowerPoint presentation while we wait to switch to the practical. So in this lab, we are gonna prepare the lab. That is, we're gonna launch and run a notebooks early, then which is the reason why I've sent you that link. Then we are gonna cover what is a responsible AI dashboard. We are gonna cover error analysis on a model. We are gonna cover find model performance inconsistencies. We are gonna expose data biases, explain and interpret model, and complete exercise. That is the hands-on exercise. So if you click the link that I shared with you, it will take you uh, to this page. If not, I'm gonna share again. Oh, sorry about that. Yes, I'm sure the link that you followed took you to this screen. So from this screen, you're gonna go to workshops here. You see where I'm going, where my case is, that is workshops. So click responsible AI um, dashboard on Azure. So on this screen, may you please scroll down, scroll down up to this page. Then click get started. So it is gonna take you to this page. You can always go back and read this content during your free time, but we are gonna do the practical part that covers what is covered in this content. So may you please jump straight to exercise, train a model, and debug it using responsible AI. Please go straight to this part of the course. Then from there, I want you to click sign in to launch the lab. Then after signing into the lab, after clicking sign in, it takes you to this particular screen. So on that screen, that's where you put the credentials, the Azure credentials that I gave you earlier. So you use the email that is in that spreadsheet, the email that you have picked. I mean, from the credentials that you have picked. So you take the email there and you put it here under email. Then click next. Then it's gonna ask for a password. Then you also use the password that is next to the email that you picked. So the password is just the same for everyone in case someone get lost along the way. Just here's the password. Just figure out like just try to navigate to your credentials, um, get to your email, then that's the password that I've just posted. It's also next to your user credentials. Somebody asked, can we use our accounts? You can't use our accounts. You have to use the accounts that I've provided, because your accounts do not have access to everything that you need in this lab. So those who are getting lost, please follow through the discussion area. There are people that are responding to your questions there. Thank you so much. People are requesting the Excel sheet. Seems like not everyone got the Excel sheet. Let me try to send it again in this chat. Um, I've sent again the document with the credentials. May you please check, uh, maybe just start from the bottom for those who just recently joined. I assume at the bottom they are not yet picked. So we move. I'm sure we're on track. For those who are lost, please just ask someone who's next to you if it's something minor, or you can always follow through. Um, so you click sign in. So here it gives you this pop-up. Please click ask me later. So it gives you this pop-up, then click next. So just click next screen. Sorry about that. I'm having a small technical issue. I'm trying to resolve it, and I'll share back my screen. So if you select your country, if you got the pop-up that I got myself, then select your country, it takes you to this account. It means like if like, I'm into this screen, if you already have your personal Azure account, so it gives you these details. So you can just say yes, connect this certification profile. This will help you to make sure that all your Microsoft account certifications are under one account. So you click connect certification. Oh, just close. Please hold on. I'm trying to resolve. Let me check. Um, is somebody else getting this the screen that I'm getting right now, so that I know if it's on my credentials or somebody else is getting the same issues? Just unmute yourself and let me know.
I'm
Okay,
getting
thanks so
this.
much. Somebody responded. Okay, it's all right. Thanks. Let me resolve it.
Hi, Robert. Is it possible to share the screen? I see it again.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. It was asking for me to put extra details about my account. So if you did not get the same problems that I was getting, just continue or put the necessary. So that is after putting the country. If you already have an Azure, personal Azure account, it's gonna ask you to associate this account with that personal Azure account. So please just click is it connect or associate, so that your certifications will be under one profile. Then you just read through any pop-ups that comes through, then pass through all those details. Thank you so much for your patience. And sorry about that. If you just face that verification thing, just verify. So from there, please click Start Lab. So give it a bit of time as it load that lab. Or just to clarify this, somebody asked in the chat, which country are we supposed to use? Use your actual country. For example, if you are from Nigeria and you have your Azure account that is associated with Nigeria, please use that country. Thanks. So it has launched my lab. So from there, I'm gonna use the details. So on this lab, we are on how to train, debug, and deploy responsible AI models with Azure Machine Learning. Right. In this lab, you learn the end-to-end machine learning process that involves data preparation, training a model, registering the model, and debugging it to perform responsibly. First, you will go through the process of training the model locally, then you learn how to make your machine learning model train uh, um, learning module training process more dynamic, manageable, and scalable in the cloud using the Azure Machine Learning Service. For the workshop, we will use the UCI Hospital Diabetes dataset to train a classification model. Sorry, the UCI Hospital Diabetes dataset to train a classification model using the scikit-learn framework. The model the model will predict whether or not a diabetic patient will be readmitted back to hospital within 30 days of being discharged. So hopefully we are gonna spend not far off from 45 minutes. I'm just gonna try to be as quick as possible so that we can save time and your data. So before you begin, if you are new to this lab platform, please take a minute to review the quick tips section below. So these are the quick tips for navigating the lab instructions. The type text T, the type text T, and the copy paste features used in this lab will send the specified text string to the active window in the virtual machine. Always compare the text in the lab document with the typed text in the virtual machine to verify the text shown is accurate. So we click next from there. So we are just going to be using these credentials that are on your screen.
Sorry, sir, please, your screen is still showing start the lab.
Oh, sorry. Very sorry about that. So, so if you click the start the lab, it launched the lab, right? And it took you to this screen. I'm sure we are still together on this one, right? So after clicking launch the lab, it took you to this screen, right? So from here, you are gonna be using these credentials. So okay, sorry. So earlier I was reading these instructions from there, click next, then it takes you to this platform. So you are just gonna be using the credentials that we have here to access your lab. So this will be the password. And so if you scroll down, so this is the username and this is the password. So if you click here, it starts typing on your screen. Then so first, sorry about that. So first you need to click password on top here for you to be able to get into the virtual machine. After that, click enter. Then it takes you inside the virtual machine. So from there, you open the Visual Studio Code. So double click and open your Visual Studio Code. So after opening the Visual Studio Code, see instruction 3. So 1 covered, 2 covered, 3 covered. So open Visual Studio Code terminal input in the following screen. So if you see on your screen, okay, so in your screen, at the top, there is go run here. So if you click here on the 3 dots, if it's not showing on your PC, if it's not showing terminal, just click the 3 dots, then click terminal. Then new terminal. So after clicking terminal, then come back here and click AZ login. So after clicking AZ login, then use log in using these sign in using these credentials. So click username here. Then you click password here. Sorry about that. You have to click log in first, then click enter. Sorry about that error. You can just close the Visual Code Studio if you got that error as well, or if you happen to have an error as of yet. Then navigate to the top, then terminal, then new terminal. So on the new terminal, you click AZ login like this. So it gives you this pop-up. It takes you to this page. Then on the page, you come here, you click username here. Then you click next. Then you click password. Then you click sign in. I've got your complaint that some of you are a bit behind. So I'm just gonna wait a bit here while it's giving others time to follow through. May you just please assist each other. So if someone sitting next to you is struggling with something and you have figured it out, may you please help them, please. You may also post challenges that you're getting in the chat area so that they can be addressed with it. Thanks. And those who may have uh, those who may have been lost, please don't leave the meeting. Just try to follow through or just listen as we go. You will figure it out. When you come back and do it on your own, you actually get to understand better. Also note that the session is being recorded, so we'll always share this recording after. So just make sure that you follow through. Then when you replay the recording, you will now be in a better position to understand better things.
Sorry, can I just ask a question?
Yes,
Rob,
you can ask.
can you kindly just verbally say it from start, what a person must do up until the point where you are?
Okay.
Yeah, just
So,
verbally.
okay. So I assume that everyone got hold of the account, I mean the Azure account, Azure credentials that you're gonna use to access the lab. So from there, uh, click the link that I just
So
shared
just to
in the
keep,
chat area. If you are very far, click the link
just
that
to
I
keep
just
everybody.
shared. Yes.
Huh?
So after clicking the link that I just shared in the chat area, from there, let me share back the other screen. So after clicking the link that I shared in the discussion area, if you come here, like it takes you to this page. So if you scroll down, it takes you to this page that says Get Started. So if you click this Get Started a link, it takes you to this page now that is showing on the screen. So after it takes you to this page that is showing on the screen, from there, so from there, you navigate to sorry about that. So if you click Get Started here, it takes you to this page. Then you click this exercise, train a model and debug it using responsible AI dashboard. Right. If you click there, that's where it will take you to this page. This page. So then you click launch the lab. So after clicking launch the lab, or along the way, if it asks you to, oh, now it's not asking me main credentials because at first I used my Azure credentials. So if you get to a point where it needs you to log in using Azure credentials, use the Azure credentials that I gave you. Then just if there are pop-ups, read what is saying, select the country and stuff. Then from there, it will take you to this page. Then you launch the lab. After launching the lab, it will take you to this page where if you click prepare, yeah, if you click prepare the lab, it will take you to take you to the next page where you click password, then it automatically writes password. After it automatically writes the password, it takes you to a desktop where you double click to open Visual Studio Code. So after opening Visual Studio Code, at the top here, there will be these three dots here. Then on these three dots, if you click Launch Terminal. Then after clicking Launch Terminal, then it will launch the terminal on your screen. So after launching the terminal on your screen, let me now go back and show you the other screen now. So after you put your credentials and everything, so after that is you click AZ. I mean, after launching the terminal, you click AZ login here. Then from there, it takes you to a browser page where you click the username and password. Then from there, you click sign in. Then it takes you to the next page. So from there, you'll now be ready to close the browser page like this. So it will take you to this page. I hope we are now together. I'm gonna proceed from here. So from here, we now want to create the the Azure Machine Learning Workspace by entering the following credentials. So click here. So once it's done, click enter. Then we wait while it it provision the resources. So wait for it to finish to provision the resources. Please note the lab is timed. So we need to try to move as fast as we can. So please try to catch up. So please note that from the point where we get to launch the lab, everything from there, there's nothing that you are now putting from anywhere. You are now just clicking the buttons that are there. So where it says password, just click the password button that is written in green, that is there. Where it says username, just click the username button that is in green. Please don't put anything else you get errors. So we wait, it's still provisioning. Please make sure that you don't interrupt it until it gets you to this point where it says users admin. Then from there, we go to the next step, that is step number 7. Set the environment defaults by entering the following. So you click here to set the environment defaults. So click either there, sorry, it was actually done setting up the environment defaults. So once it says the environment defaults, then from there you can now minimize Visual Studio Code. So we click minimize here to minimize Visual Studio Code. Then we open Notepad and enter the following. So we can just come to the search area here, then type Notepad. So after it opens the Notepad, then you click here. It automatically populates the Notepad. So after automatically populating the notepad, we can save the file now. So you click File, Save As. Then here we are now on step number 11, where we want to name the file. So we are gonna name it config JSON like this. So click config JSON. Then you come here. Then you click all files. From there, I mean all files on the save as type, and then you click save. So just verifying that you did the correct thing. Oh, okay, from here, we are actually supposed to be in the directory, this directory. Oh, sorry, it skipped a step there. So after clicking here for it to populate config JSON, and then you put in the save as type here as O, right? So you're supposed to be save as type here, then here JSON. So after that, click here. Okay, let me go back there again in case you got lost. So after clicking save as, you click here, config.json. Then it populates the name, the file name. Then you click save as type. You click O. After clicking O, now click here so that it populates the path where we are saving our document. Right. Then from there, you click save. Oh, it's giving me an error here. Okay, I'm simply just gonna close this one.
I think you get in the error because you didn't name the file config.json.
Yes, I didn't realize. So notepad, I'll come here, save as. So from here, you click config .json here. Then from here, you click all files. So after clicking all files, you come here and click this link so that it can populate the oh, so I'm sorry about that. So I think you have to click save as type first, then all files. Then you come back to the name, then click config .json there. Then from there, click the
Hello, Roberto.
yes.
Yeah, I think that link that you are clicking on, it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be exactly where you put it. So before clicking on the link, you have to put your cursor on the top where you see this document, because you have to change the path where you want to save the file. But what you are doing exactly there, you are just changing the name of the file with the link to where you want to save the file.
Oh, I see. All right, thanks, Ish. Thanks for that. I didn't realize. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna add a new file here. Then I populate it. Then when it's done, I'll click File, then Save As. Then from there, I'll name the file like this. Then after naming the file, then I come to the Save As type. Then I'll save the document.
No, I think you have to change the path where you want to save the document. Because if you still put it there.
Oh
Another-
yeah. Oh, thanks. So I have to thanks. I can navigate manually to see.
I think you can click,
Then-
just click on the top there, on the top, you have the opportunity to change the, move your
Okay,
cursor
well-
to the top.
Okay, let me just do it manually so that we
Okay.
don't lose others. So I'll go to lab files. Then from there, lab 01 Azure something. Then from there, build Azure ML workshop. Then from there, I will save my document in that path. So this is covered. Then from there, we close the notepad. So I hope we are still together. From here, we now click next. I'm sorry, I have to move a bit fast so that we don't get run out of time of our timeout. Then we now return to the Visual Studio Code that we minimized earlier. So this is the part. So now we want to prepare the data to be used for training our module. We are going to review our dataset to cleanse any redundant data, missing values, reformat data, or delete any irrelevant data that will be used for our use case. After the data is being cleansed, we will train the module. So we are gonna close the Visual Studio Code terminal, which is this one. So we're gonna close the terminal here. So now the terminal is closed. Now we want to open the compute training job cloud.pyb notebook. So if we click here, it opens the terminal for us. Sorry about that. I think something happened here. I'm sorry. I just closed my Visual Studio Code. There's something that was going on that I didn't understand. So I'm gonna open it back. Yes. So this is the notebook that we need, that we opened here. So from there, we are gonna select our kernel here. So this is this step.
I think you have to start with the first notebook because what you are using there is the second one.
Am I on the second one?
Yes, you are on the second notebook. You see second, create responsible AI, but you have to
Oh,
start.
yeah. Oh, thanks so much. So this is the notebook that we need. I'm sure we are all on this notebook. Sorry for that one, for what happened there. I hope we didn't get lost. So from there, we select kernel, then Python environments. So here, Python environments. Then we select build 2023 Python 3.9.12, which is this one. Then, so we click run all. So we are now on this step where we click run all. So it starts running all our notebooks going down. This will take us approximately 10 minutes. So if someone who is sitting next to you is lost and you are on track, may you please kindly assist them. So if you are on track and someone sitting next to you is lost, kindly assist them. And those who do not have someone sitting next to them and are lost, may you please just unmute yourself and ask if you have any questions so that we can assist you. Alternatively, you can write in the chat area so that you get help. Thanks. I guess this silence means everyone is on track and this one is following. This is good news. Brian asked, I'm now in task 1. What do you do then? So I'm gonna scroll my screen so that you just see. So this is task 1 now. So if you are task 1, if you are actually opening task 1 notebook, it means you have already selected the kernel, you have selected your Python environments, you have selected the Python version that you are dealing with. Then you click run all. Yeah. So run all, you find run all. It was here, but because I'm running, so you no longer see run all. But it's next to. Oh, sorry. I think it's next to Markdown. Now on my screen it can't show anymore, but it's next to Markdown here. I hope you answered, Brian. Somebody had asked, where do I click after clicking terminal? I hope you figured it out. If not yet, so if you click select terminal here, you navigate to Python environments, you navigate to Python 3.9.12, then run on top of your notepad. So these are the steps that are showing here. Brian, you're asking which Python version? It's a Python 3.9.12. Those who are asking if the recording will be saved, yes, we'll share the recording so that you can follow through and revise and get familiarize yourself with it, because we really want you to apply this in real world. it doesn't really end from this process of learning and getting the badge, the certification, but you really need to apply it in real world. So we share the recording so that you can follow through. So you can just scroll down your notepad so that you see where it is now with running, which part of the notebook is running. So please note that this is Python. I'm sure some of you just have a basic, some if not all of you have a basic understanding of Python. For those who are seeing Python for the first time in their life, I'm sure you'll be able to follow through after this lab through the video recording and also get to understand what the code is doing, as well as just looking up for resources on basic Python so that whenever you replay the recording, you'll be able to understand what's going on. But let's just go up while it's running. So at first here, we want to understand the training code, right? This is our first task. So you import your pandas library, which has which you will use to read your data set, that is the train and the test set. Then from there, you will get to split your data set into train and test data. So you split train and test data into features X and Y. That is right. So you split into set into features set I mean which into the feature variable X, then target Y. Then from there you import your other libraries. That is, you are gonna import from sklearn, you're gonna import make column selector, one hot encoder. You're gonna import your column transformer. You're gonna import logistics regression. You're gonna import the make pipeline as well as the NumPy the NumPy library. So these are the imports that we are gonna do, that we're gonna use in our notebook. Then from there, we transform string data to numeric one hot effectors. Then after that, we have to standardize the numeric data by removing the mean and scaling to unit variance. So here, then you also need to create a preprocessor that will preprocess both numeric and categorical data, since we have numerical and categorical data in our data set. Then from there, we create and preprocess that will, we create a preprocessor that will preprocess both numerical and categorical data. So we cover this, right? Then from there, we start training our model. So I'm just gonna let it finish running so that we just go through this once it's done running all these other parts of the notepad, so that we don't by mistakenly stop the notepad from running. Brian is saying task 2 giving an error. We are not here. Oh, we're getting an error on task 2. Yeah, please read through the error message that you're getting so that you get to understand what's causing the error. So read the error. It will help you to debug the code. So my notepad is done running. I assume that everyone else is done running. Right. So now we want to understand the training code. So let's start by reading our training and test data. So that's what we did up there. So we covered this part of reading our data, then splitting the training and test data into features X, that is our inputs, as well as the target, which are our labels. Then from then, we will transform string data to numeric values using scikit-learn's one word encoder, and we will standardize numeric data using scikit-learn's standard scalar. After that, we will create a pipeline with these 2 pre-processing steps and the logistic regression classification model. And finally, we will train the model using the fit function. So we covered this part. That is that's the last part of task 1. So here, when we do model is equals to clf.fit, then we train our model. So it wrote training here. Then we got an accuracy of 83%. I hope you, with your basic machine learning understanding, you understand what it means if we get what accuracy is actually in modules, in machine learning modules, and what actually 85% means when it comes to accuracy. So the next task you want to do, task 2, that is create a cloud client. From there, task 2. So before you can use the Azure Machine Learning Studio, you need to create a cloud client session to authenticate and connect to the workspace. The authorization needs the subscription ID, resource group, and name of the Azure ML workspace, which gets from the which it gets from the config.json file in the repo. So you remember this config.json file that we populated in Notepad, then saved it. So that's where it gets the subscription. So here here's the authentication code. So this is this for task 2, the first part. Then after it's done creating a cloud client, it then register the training and test data. So part 3.
Hey, Robert. Yeah, there's a question on the chat where someone is asking you if you can repeat the step where you save manually the config.json file. They are stuck at this point.
No, right now we are not manually configuring the JSON file. We did that already. So if the person
they didn't get. Yeah, they didn't get that. They are getting
it's a bit far. Yeah, it's a bit far for us to go back there now because it means our lab will time out. So they can follow through what we are doing right now. Then when we are done, they can always come back and redo the lab step by step while they start following this video. So we move to task 3, register the training and test data. So next we will register the pre-cleansed training and test data from our local directory. So we haven't yet cleaned our data, we haven't yet done our pre-processing, but first we have to register our data. So this is this part in our data set where we register our training and test data set, right? So as we register them, then they're uploading training data here. So it finished uploading. It also uploaded the test data to our environment using that subscription ID that we saw up there. So then from there, we create a compute cluster. So task 4 is there to create a compute cluster. So if you have just a basic understanding of machine learning, you understand these steps. Like you start from reading your data, you after reading your data into your environment, you pre-process the data and stuff. But now that we are doing machine learning in the cloud, just a few steps would be different, but it's just the same as the traditional way of doing machine learning. Just that now we are working in the cloud. It's no longer your Anaconda where you are running on the local environment. Hence, these other steps. So we create the compute cluster. So task 4 now is to create a compute cluster. So next we will create a compute cluster that contains the details of the virtual machines we will use to train our model. We will specify machine size, a minimum and a maximum number of instances in the cluster, and the maximum number of seconds that a machine can be idle before the release. So all these details are specified here. That is the name of the compute cluster. All right, the name. So we define here the compute cluster. Then we name it here. We specify the standard, the size here, the minimum instance and the maximum instances, then the idle time. Then from there, you can verify the compute cluster that was created in the studio by going to compute and then compute clusters, right? So that can be verified through going to the compute clusters, then you verify, but no need to do that. We don't have any error. So definitely we are on track. So task 5, now we need to create the job. Then, so the next step is to run the code that trains our model using our hospital data in the cloud. We will create a job. This will take us approximately 10 minutes. Right, so from here, task 5, we need to create a job here. So since we clicked run all up there, it ran all this. It actually did task 5 of creating a job. So when we created the job, we specified this information. We specified the description. Right, that is the description of the job. That is, this will show up in the studio later together with all the detailed information for this job. Then experiment name, here's the experiment name. So this was the description. The experiment name is here. Then we also specified the compute, the inputs, the outputs, the code, and the environments. Everything has been specified here. Right. So from there, so this is the code that we're just going through that specified all those details. From there, you can take a look at the SRC slash train.py. File where which specified in the command if you'd like. So this is for verification purposes, but since we don't have any errors, we don't need to do that. Then it contains the training code you are already familiar with, a bit of code to deal with arguments, and a couple of lines of code to save the module using the MLflow package. So there's an MLflow package that saves the model that you have trained, right? So that you can reuse later. So for example, if you are working on something that you want to deploy in production, you definitely need to save that module so that you can now reuse the module, not in an experimental environment where you run the code. Each time you want to show someone something, you have to run the code or again. So our module was saved. So the last task here will be to register the module. So when the job finishes running, it outputs a trained module. We want to register that module so that we can invoke it later to make predictions. Here's the code we need to register. So this is the code that we use to register the module. So it ran all this to the end. So it means our module is already registered. So you can check the module if registered under modules, right? If you want, but since we don't have any error, it's automatic that it's already saved. So next we need to click next here so that we move to the next exercise, which is add a responsible AI dashboard. So from there, it says in this exercise, you will learn you'll be learning how to create the responsible AI dashboard to use the module you trained in the previous exercise. The dashboard is comprised of different components to enable you to debug and analyze the module performance, identify errors, and conduct fairness assessment, evaluate performance model and interpretability, and more. So from there, we want to open the second notebook, that is to create responsible AI dashboard. So if you navigate to the top here, you can see this is one here. That is the one that you are running. So this is two here. I'm not sure if yours is arranged one first, then two on the next, but try to read at the top here. You will see which one is one, which one is two. So this is my two. So from there, I need to select a kernel. So on the top screen of our screen, on the top right of our screen, we come here to select a kernel. So we select so you have to select Python environments. But because I made a mistake earlier on, and I had already opened this one, it's no longer showing for me Python environments. So for you, it should show you Python environments here, if you didn't do what I did earlier. Then from there, you did step 4. That is, you select the build 2023 3.9.12 version, which is this version. Then after that, you have to go to step 5, where you get to run all. So we are just gonna wait for it to run all and finish. So while we wait for it to finish running, so we go to the next step where we get trained model information. So similar to the previous exercise, you need to create an ML client session again to authenticate and connect to the Azure Machine Learning Studio. So before you can create the responsible AI dashboard, you need to get the module information from the module you trained in the previous exercise. The module information includes the module name and ML flow module output path. So we said ML flow, that's the one that we use to save our module. So you will need the ML module output path so that you can navigate to where you saved your module. So it's still running. As long as it's saying to go here, it means it's still running. Yeah, for sure. Please, guys, feel free to ask. Should you have any questions now while Lisa is running? So please make sure that you don't drop out of the meeting just because you are lost somewhere. Because if you drop, it means you are gonna miss lab 2 and lab 3 that we are gonna cover. So if you are lost for now, it's okay. Just follow through. You'll be able to catch up later. Because lab 2 and lab 3 will be totally different. We will be starting something afresh, starting from logging in and all that process. So don't give up now just because you are lost. Um, Please you go back, like just watch as we do, then you get to catch up on lab 2 and lab 3 where we start everything afresh. Is that those will be different labs. So we are here, it's done running now. So when it finished running, that's when it opened this browser window for us, right? But for now, let's come back here. So we are just gonna run through what this code is doing. So at first, the responsible AI dashboard needs to understand which features from our dataset are not numeric, excluding the target column we are trying to predict, right? Then, so we need to get the categorical column names from the training dataset. So that's what it's doing on the first part. Then the second part where where it defines the dashboard components. This is this part. The responsible AI dashboard components are already predefined in the Azure Machine Learning Studio. To use the components, you need, sorry, in the responsible AI dashboard components are already predefined in the Azure Machine Learning Studio. So to use the components, you need to submit the component name and version to the Azure Machine Learning clients session created in the previous exercise. I hope you remember this. The user has the option to add as many components they want to the responsible AI dashboard. The components you will be using are, so we are going to use error analysis, explanation, then insight gather. Right, so that's what it's doing here when they define the components. So it's defining each of these, that is error analysis here. Where is it? Error analysis here, then explanation, then insights gather here. So from there, we need to define the job to create the responsible AI dashboard insights. So here, that's what we explain. So now we need to define the job that created the responsible AI dashboard insights. So that's what we are covering here. We are not gonna go line by line, but this is what is doing this code. Then we go to the next. Define the pipeline job submission and status check. Right. It's oh, I think I skipped something. Sorry. Oh, yeah. So define the job to create this AI dashboard insights. So we define it here. Then from there, we have to run the job to create the responsible AI dashboard. So we're pre-building all our components and everything so that we get to create the responsible AI. Remember the name of this lab that we are doing here is we are creating a machine learning model. Then we are going to use responsible AI to uh, to debug and everything to get to understand how the model is doing what. So we're going to run the job to create the responsible AI dashboard. So we create the dashboard under this section. Then from here, task 3, so we ran the job and everything. Then isn't it completed up to this point? Right. So this is this part where we submit the pipeline inside job in this line of code. So this is where we are right now. So next, we now want to monitor the progress of the pipeline job. So we want to click on the jobs icon from the Azure ML Studio. By clicking on the pipeline job, you can get so by clicking on the pipeline job, you can get the status. So I want you all to click here, Azure ML Studio. So if you click Azure ML Studio, it should take you to this screen. Then you can just click this user that is selecting. The password. I think I missed something. Sorry, just a moment.
For the password, if you go on resources, right at the top.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so here you click password on the resources. I hope you all got it. So we're here on instructions. So we click resources, then we get our password. From there, we click sign in. You can just click yes here. So from there, we go back to the instructions. So we are in here now. I I hope you are all on the same screen. Right. Mm. So everyone, I hope you click the workspace. Then after clicking workspace, I hope we are still together, guys. So from here, I clicked workspace here. Then from there, you come here, you click AZMKLW something here. Please follow through on my screen, guys. So from here, you click here on the horizontal lines, then you click jobs here, right? So from here, after clicking jobs, so if you we come back to this right screen, we click on the we said we are using the hospital classification, I mean the hospital admissions data set. So we are gonna use we are gonna click here, responsible AI hospital or something here. Then from there, so you see, these are the things that we were saying. You can verify if it is completed running, where we were saying we don't need to go there and verify, because since it did not give us errors, we were sure that the jobs are completely running. So this responsible AI classification pipeline job was completed successfully. So from there, we click here, responsible AI pipeline. Then after clicking responsible AI pipeline, I think you can now see a familiar screen, which is also on my right there. where you get to visualize the individual progress of each of the components in the pipeline. So if you click on the pipeline name, this gives you a better view of which components are completed, pending, or failed. Right. So this is the responsible AI dashboard that we are talking about. That is the whole purpose of this workshop. So after the responsible AI dashboard pipeline job is successfully completed, click on the models tab on the Azure ML Studio to find your registered model. So we have to come back here. So on the top left, so from here, you click on the horizontal lines here on the top left, then you scroll down here. You navigate to models, right? So after model, so remember we said we used this ML flow to save our model such that we can come back later on and reuse it. So we now come back here, we click hospital admissions model, where we get to see the properties of the model. So from there, I think you can see we are on this screen where from the model details page, click on the responsible AI tab. Then select the dashboard name. So we come here, we click responsible AI. Then from there is insert, then select dashboard name. So our dashboard name is responsible AI here. We click responsible AI dashboard. That is RAI dashboard. Just close these pop-ups. So this is where we are right now, where we actually get to visualize our data. So this is gonna help us like to just visualize how the model did what and how it's performing. So let's click next exercise here. So it takes you to exercise 3, where we want to debug your model with the responsible AI dashboard. So you have done your model, you trained your model, you saved your model. Now you want to debug your model to understand how did you even go to get an accuracy of 80%, 85%? How is it doing and how is it performing? How did it do what it did in terms of the training and stuff? So in this exercise, you use the AI dashboard to debug the Diabetes Hospital Readmission classification model, traditional machine learning performance metrics. Oh, sorry. So traditional machine learning performance metrics provide aggregated calculations which are insufficient in exposing any undesirable responsible AI issues. The responsible AI dashboard enables users to identify model error distribution, understand features driving a model's outcome, and assess any disproportional representation for sensitive features such as race, gender, political views, or religion. So as we know, as we are training machine learning models, we want to try to make sure that they are as fair as possible. For example, this one is a classification model. Since we said we want to classify who will be readmitted in the hospital within 30 days, we want to make sure that the model is not biased, is objective, is objectively classifying the patients, not necessarily classifying the patient just because of their gender or because of their race or because of there are any other features, but solely based on the features that the patient has concerning their clinical data. So first, we are going to start with error analysis. So a machine learning model often has errors that are not distributed uniformly in your underlying dataset. Although the overall model may have a high accuracy, there may be a subset of the data the model is not performing well on. This subset of data may be a crucial demographic. You do not want the model to be erroneous. In this exercise, you use the error analysis component to identify where the model has a high error rate. So the tree map from the error analysis provides visual indicators to help in locating the problem areas quicker quicker. So for instance, the darker shade of red color a tree node has, the higher the error rate. So if the tree node has a darker red color, then it means there's higher error analysis there. So in the above diagram, the first thing we observe from the root node is that out of the 696 total test records, the commandant found 112 incorrect predictions while evaluating the model. So this is 696. It shows that 112 of them were incorrect predictions while it evaluated the model, right? So this dashboard is helping you to do away with the black box where you trained your model, but at the end you don't understand why my model is not performing so well. What is it that in the data that is causing the model to not perform well? So here, using this error analysis, you get to understand that there's 112 that were incorrectly predicted. So to investigate where there are high errors with the patients, we will create cores for the groups of patients. So first, you need to find the leaf node with the darkest shade of red color. Then double click on the leaf node to select all nodes in the path leading up to the node. This will highlight the path and display the feature conditions of each of the nodes. I hope you guys are following. So we need to find the leaf node with the darkest shade of red. It's this one, right? So from there, we need to double click on the leaf node to select all nodes in the path leading up to the node. This will highlight the path and display the feature conditions of each of the node. So if you double click this one, you see it shows the NumLab procedure, which is greater than 56.5. So click the save as new code. So you see now it highlighted this path. Like I said, it highlighted this path. Now you need to save the code. So click save as new code. So from there, save as a new code. Sorry about that one. Oh, we need to, we click here, new code here. So we click new code, right? Sorry, new code here. So we have a dataset code name. Oh, sorry. We don't need sorry, we don't need to create new code. We don't need to save as a new code. I mean, we don't need to add new code. I mean, sorry guys, I'm just trying to navigate my screen here. Just a moment. Sorry guys, just be patient with me a bit. Sorry guys, just be patient just a bit. Guys, for some reason, I can't find all my controls here. Because I want to save this, but for some reason, I can't find all my controls. Please bear with me just a bit. But on your side, if you can find on this top right corner, the save as screen, you can go on to save. While least I figure out on mine what's going on. Sorry guys, just be patient with us a bit. On my screen, the save button is not appearing for some reasons. Don't know what's going on. I think we may.
Hello, Robert. Can you try to maximize your browser window?
Oh, the browser window.
Yeah.
Seems like it's maximized, but it's not appearing. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna try this and see. I'm gonna reload this site and see. But if you was on your screen, you are able to see it and save, please go ahead and save. So I'm just gonna leave this part because we're running out of time. Oh, yes, yes. You now have the option after refreshing the save as new code here. So it just needed us to refresh the page. So if you click here, save as, we need to check again if we are still selecting the, oh yeah, this one is no longer selected. So we need to double click here to select that path. Then from there, we save as new code. So from here, we specify the name. So we're gonna use this name for the code. So we copy this, and we come here, we replace this code name. Then from there, we click save. So after saving, then we can now clear this selection. This selection that we selected, this, we need to clear it. So, on clear on click on the left and click on the clear selection button on the left side of the tree to clear this selection. For some reasons, my screen is, I want to, oh, yeah, scroll. So, okay, let's just leave that. Let's continue. So the next, as much as it's advantageous in finding out why the model is performing poorly, it is equally important to figure out what's causing our model to perform well. So for some data cores, so we will need to find the tree path with the least number of errors to gain insights to why the model is performing better in this code versus others. So what we can do now, we need to find the leaf node with the lightest shade of gray color and the lowest error rate when you hover the mouse over the node. Then double click on the leaf node to select all nodes in the path leading up to the node. This will highlight the path and display the feature for the node. So what we need to do here is this one. This is the lightest gray. So we are gonna double click this one. Then it selects the path here. Then we also click save as new code here. Then we give it this name. We can give it this name. We can come here, copy this name. Then we come to code name here. Then we click save. Then we now need to go to task 2 now, which is a model overview. So evaluating the performance of a machine learning model requires getting a holistic understanding of its behavior. This can be achieved by reviewing more than one metric, such as error rate, accuracy, recall, precision, and so on. So dataset cores analysis. So to compare the model's behavior across the different cores, you create, so easily we created two codes. The first one that performed poorly, the other one that performed so well. So to compare these, the model of these codes, in the we will start looking for any performance metric disparities. So the all data code is created by default by the dashboard. So from there, so we now have three codes: the one that is performing poorly, the one that is performing so well, then the O data code, right? So what you're gonna do from there, so to compare the model's behavior across oh sorry, we did this part. So accuracy, so the O data code, oh sorry, there's a step that I skipped here. We need to navigate to model overview, sorry. Sorry, again, I don't know what's going on with my, oh, here, model overview, sorry. So if we come down here, you see we have this dashboard where we have our three cores. That is the one that we created for the poorly performing, which is this one, and the one that we created for those that are well performing, then this one that is automatically created, right? So we just now gonna explain this. So for accuracy, which is here, the all data code has a good overall accuracy score of 0.839, which is this one, with a sample size of 696 results in the dataset. The code with the lowest error rate has a great accuracy score of 1. Also, this one has the greatest error rate, this code, but surprisingly, it has the greatest score, accurate score of 1. Although the sample size for this one is just 29. So this one has 83% with 696 records. This one has accuracy of 1, but the sample size is slow, right? So the erroneous code with the highest error rate has a poor accuracy score of 0.59, which is this one. However, the sample size is 39. The sample size of 39 is a very small number of patients for this code, which the model is not performing well on. So you see the ones that the model is this one is performing so the accuracy, but the sample size is small. So I think you understand what this means from your understanding of machine learning, where it's performing so well, but on a small sample size. This brings us to the concept of false positives and false negatives. So the false positive rates are close to 0 for all codes, right? So these are the false positives. They're almost 0 for all codes. Meaning there's a small number of cases where the model is incorrectly predicting that patients are going to be readmitted when the actual outcome is not readmitted. So we're saying there's a low false positive rate, meaning that there are very, very, very small number of cases where the model is predicting that patients are going to be readmitted when in actual fact they are not being readmitted. Then the false negative, on the contrary, the false negative rate 0.813, 0.837, which is high. This indicates that there's a high number of cases where the model is incorrectly predicting that a patient will be not readmitted, yet the actual outcome should be they will be readmitted in 30 days, right? So this means the model is correctly predicting the patients will not be readmitted back to the hospital in 30 days a majority of the time. However, the model is having trouble to correctly predicting patients who will be readmitted within 30 days back to the hospital. So using the traditional black box ways of doing things with machine learning, it means you wouldn't be able to understand these details that you are getting from the responsible AI dashboard now. So we want to do the feature cohort analysis now. There are cases where you need to isolate your data by focusing on a specific feature to drill down on a granular level to determine if the feature is a key contributor to the model's poor performance. The responsible AI dashboard has built-in intelligence to divide the selected feature values into various meaningful cores for users to do feature-based analysis and compare where in the data the model is not doing well, right? So what we now want to do from here, we want to do here feature codes, then select features to use for a feature-based analysis. So we come here to feature codes. Then we click this drop-down menu. So now we want to use this feature, which is prior inpatient. I mean prior inpatient. This one. So after selecting this one, it is displayed these three different codes, right? Where we do our further analysis. So we see that the prior inpatient code 3.67 codes has a sample size of 675, which is this one. This means a majority of patients in the test data were hospitalized less than 4 times in the past, right? So the model's accuracy rate for this code is 0.844. This is actually good. Then the model has a very high false negative rate of 0.936, which suggests that model is incorrectly predicting readmitted patients is not readmitted. This is consistent with our findings in the data set cohort findings above. So only 17 patients are from the test data for which is this one. So only 17 from this code. So the model's accuracy rate is 0.647. This one, which is low confidence. For this code, the model false negative is 0, meaning the model is correctly predicting patients that will be readmitted. So the false positive rate of 0.847 means that this model is falsely predicting patients that will be readmitted a majority of the time for this code. However, the sample size of 17 patients is too small to make conclusions. So lastly, they just 4 patients from the prior inpatient this code. So the task 3 now want to do data analysis. So data can be overrepresented for or underrepresented in some cases. This imbalance can cause a model to be more favorable to one group versus another. As a result, the model has data biases that lead to fairness, inclusiveness, safety, and or reliability issues. In this exercise, we will explore how to use the data analysis component to explore data distribution. So the table view pane under data analysis helps visualize all the individual results in the dataset, including the features, actual outcome, and the predicted outcome. For our analysis, we will use the chart view pane under the data analysis component to visualize insights from our data. So we want to use chart view. This is a chart view under data analysis. So we go to chart view here. So data imbalance issues with test dataset. So let's start by looking at the actual number of patients that were not readmitted versus readmitted in our test dataset using TrueY. So under the data analysis, we go to chart view. We are already there. Then we go to select the all data option from the select dataset code explore. So we go here, we select all data. So select all data here. Then we go to option 3. We come here, we click race here. Then from there, we come here, we choose count. Then next we come to, on the axis, I will click on the current selected index value. Then you choose TrueY under the select your axis value. So we select TrueY here. Oh, sorry. Count here. Then we click apply here. Sorry. For some reasons, my apply is not clicking, but go on and click apply there. Then after clicking apply, then you go back on the axis index. For some reasons, it's not applied. Oh, yeah, it actually applied now. So on the x-axis, we will click on the current selected index value, then choose TrueY under the select your axis. So here, index, we click index, then we select TrueY, then we apply. So from here, we can see that from the actual data set, values out of 696 diabetes patients represented in our test data, 573 patients are not readmitted and 123 are readmitted to hospital within 30 days. So this is our 123 and this is our 573. So this imbalance of data can cause the model not to learn well due to not having enough data representation of readmitted patients. This is consistent with the high false positive rates in the last exercise. So, this emphasizes the importance of having equal representation of data within your data set, right? So we go to sensitive data representation. To examine the race distribution, we click on the axis label. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that since we're running out of time. Our lab will be timing out soon. Oh, we just got an extension. But basically, it's the same concept. I'm not gonna repeat that. It's now the same concept of checking different features. For example, here we want to check feature sensitivity. So we are gonna use race against the count here. And then we go on and do the same. So at the end, this will help you understand the different under representation of different features, be it race, be it gender, be it like all those other features, and how it's affecting your model performance. So next we want to do feature importance. So we scroll down here, we go to feature importance. So under feature importance, we are gonna click here under individual feature importance, right? Then from there, we go to incorrect predictions. Incorrect predictions here. My lab is not showing all the things again because we need to select this part. Okay, so anyway, let's leave out this part. But if you are seeing it on your screen, can you just go to incorrect predictions? Then we'll select a record index 400 next to incorrect predictions. So basically, what we are doing now, we are now just exploring different aspects of our model, be it the features, be it yes. So we explored the features. That is we explored the feature importance and how it's is affecting the model's performance. We also did we did data imbalance issues with the test dataset and how it's affecting the model. Then we also cover sensitivity data representation and then feature importance. So basically that's it. Because of these errors that we are now facing, we need to move and complete this lab. So in conclusion, the responsible AI dashboard components provide practical tools to help data scientists and AI developers to build machine learning models that are less harmful and more trustworthy to society. To improve the prevention of threats to human rights, discriminating or excluding certain group to life opportunities, the risk of physical or psychological injury. It also helps to build trust in your model's decisions by generating local explanation to illustrate their outcomes. Traditional model evaluations metrics are not enough to review responsible AI issues such as fairness, inclusiveness, reliability, and safety, or transparency. You need practical tools like the responsible AI dashboard to help you understand the impact of your model on society and to improve it. So from there, we click next. So congratulations, you have successfully completed the how to train, debug, and deploy responsible AI module with Azure Machine Learning Lab in the lower right corner. Now we click End. So from there, we click End My Lab. So we have successfully finished our first lab. So we are just gonna take a 5-minute break. Then we come back for lab 2. So let it be exactly 5 minutes break where you just rush to maybe to the restrooms. Then we come back and proceed. So the second lab is not gonna be this long because it's not gonna be this long as well as the third. So just make sure that you quickly come back so that we jump into second lab. It will probably take us to maybe 40 minutes. Then we see if you can still do lab 3 or we schedule for another day. So please, guys, for those that had been lost and decided to stop, it's now high time you fasten your seatbelts, then come back, rejoin, and let's do. So just a 5-minute break. This is according to my watch here. This is 15:03 CAT. So we should be back by 15:12 so that we start. Thanks.